Okay, do it like this. Oh,
Well, hello.
hello.
Well, hello. I'm
What
blazing,
supposed to
son.
say?
Check
How's
me
it
out.
going?
Wow.
Everybody look. Wait a minute.
High five, honey.
So are we
That's what I'm
all
talking
wearing
about.
our Uncle
Oh.
Nearest cap? I think so, huh?
Yeah.
Yes. Oh crap! The only thing I forgot to do was put on a mask. That would keep me
No.
warm. Then I'd be totally decked out. I need some sunglasses too, Mike. Damn.
No.
I know, I need
I know.
sunglasses too. What the hell?
I feel like Colin Farrell or something.
What?
Yeah.
Why didn't I get the
You are
memo
a
about
superstar.
sunglasses?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
How you guys
What the heck
doing
is going
tonight?
on? Hey, Sailor.
Cool.
What's up, Michael?
Cool.
Hey.
Hello,
Oh, I
hello,
forgot
hello,
my
Jay.
water.
Hello,
I
Jay.
told one of the kids to bring my water.
So
It's going down, y'all.
it looks like two of us are outside by our fire pits. Mine is this way, right behind me. Hopefully keeping
There it
me
is.
warm.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, it's about, I don't know, 20 degrees out here or something crazy. But
Oh,
the whiskey will keep me
You
warm,
can
yes?
have it. Yes. Oh, yes. And we got the 100 proof popping, so we're good. Either way, we're straight.
Yep.
You know
Yep.
what I'm saying?
Yep.
Ooh, jingle jangle.
Heck yeah.
So welcome, everybody.
Yeah,
What's up,
welcome,
Victoria?
welcome.
I see you on there, lady.
And we
It's been a
have
while.
Chicago in the house as well.
Chi-Town. We got to give some love to all these lovely comments that pop in over here. I always forget to be like, oh,
Yes,
I'm
yes.
just staring to the camera like, hello.
And actually, Jay, if the people want to buy one of these that you can see either in gray or in black, where can they get them?
Girl, let me tell you. Listen here. First thing you need to do is log on to unclenearest.com, right?
After they watch
Hit
the show.
shop. Yeah, exactly. Well, wait, watch the show first. You know, don't stop. Keep going. And then log on to unclenearest.com, click on shop, and then go in there. You can buy whiskey, but then you go on down to merchandise and good stuff, and you can find these lovely hats. I don't know if the jackets are on there. These are special. These are special for just us.
I've got the
people
hoodie
who work
too. I've got
for
it's
Uncle
hard to
Nearest.
see the Uncle Nearest hoodie.
I'm playing with you, Mike. I love you, bro. And then yeah, there are hoodie. There's a sweatshirt, the hoodie, the zip up with on there. We got all type of good stuff on there. So please go and shop. Good time because that's what's coming up very soon. And I know most of you did not do your Christmas shopping yet. So let's get it together, people. Chop chop.
Maybe some of us did online because we're smart and prepared.
Yes. Well, that is not me, so my bad. Oh yeah, we're gonna drop it to the. We'll wait till the last second. It'll be just fine. It'll be perfect. Yeah.
So
how
Mike,
the heck you doing, Sailor?
Oh,
I'm sorry.
oh, I was gonna say hi to Mike first.
Opa.
Mike,
What's up, Michael?
where are you at right now?
You're on mute. I can't hear nothing. Mike, I
Uh oh,
can't
you're on
hear
mute.
nothing.
That's why he
You're
was
on
so
mute.
quiet. That explains
Mike,
everything.
I can't hear nothing. Mike, turn your mic on. Turn your mic. Mike, put on your mic. Are you on mute? Hello? Hello?
Nope, still can't hear you, Mike.
I love it. Hey, so I would talk for Mike. You know, let me see if I can.
He looks like he's doing well. Oh, there he is.
Cigar Mike.
I am well. Except for,
There he is.
except for I don't have a jacket like that.
Yeah.
You got a cigar
You
like
know,
that. You got,
it was
you got
about.
some,
Yeah, but you're good though, cause you're inside. You're nice and warm. You know, I'm outside. You know, we're out here in the elements, bro.
I want
You
my
know what I'm
jacket,
saying?
Jay. I want
You better get him a jacket. Jeez.
Yeah.
Come on,
I know.
Jay.
Michael
Slacker.
roughed me up. You know what I'm saying? I'm tripping. So, anybody watching, Lucia, Kate, Fawn, I need a jacket for Mike. There we
Even
go.
I have one of those. Actually, that's a great idea. Babe, could I have my puffy jacket?
Her puffy.
My life manager and husband is here next to me. By the way, it's his birthday. So everybody
What?
please say happy birthday to
Robin.
Mr. Guevara.
Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday, Robin. Good guy right there. Good
Yeah.
guy, man.
I literally couldn't do any of this without him.
I know. My wife is right here, but she will not get on camera. I know she won't. Hi, honey.
So yes,
She's
it is
tending
it
to
is
the
cold
fire.
here where I am. Jay is faking it because he's in Atlanta, but I'm
Stop
actually
playing.
in the mountains of Washington State.
Wait
So
a
it
minute.
is
Hold on. She said
freezing.
fake it. What's the? I'm looking
Yeah.
for the temperature right now. It's got to
Okay,
be
yeah.
at least
What's
40
your
something.
temperature? I want
It's
to
got
know.
to be at least 40 something.
Oh, 40
It was
something. Get
it
out
was
of
60
here.
something earlier, but it's dropped significantly once the sun went down. It's 48 right now. I bet you by the time we're done with this, it's going to be like 41, 42.
48. That is not cold. Are you joking?
You're right. I'm
That's
from
not-
Ohio, but I've been down here way too long. My blood is thinned out.
See? Okay,
You know what
so
I'm saying?
it is. I've got a winter weather advisory, so.
Oh, yeah, you're screwed.
Yeah, so
Eba!
it'll start
Hello,
snowing
darling.
at some point.
From Arizona. These are some
Yeah.
of my peeps from One Flew South. I ain't seen these folks in like almost a year now. I can't believe
So,
we're in December.
Taz Daniel said whiskey miss. Why didn't we think of that? Whiskey miss.
Whiskey
That's
miss.
brilliant.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Brilliant.
Hey now. Yes. What's up, Brian? I see you on here. Okay, we're rolling through. Texas silly. You talking about Mike said he's eating peanut butter.
He's eating peanut butter. So we've got a couple points of business here, guys.
Let's get
So
it.
tonight we are going to have a very special guest who is waiting backstage right now, and that is Mr. Robert Wright from Pura Soul Cigars, which I am very, very excited about having Robert on the show, and I'm hoping, if it's not putting him on the spot too much, that he'll play a little jazz for us tonight. So, Robert,
Yes.
get ready. I'm going to put you on the spot. And we're going to be smoking on the Barber Pole cigar, which is, how cool is that? Look at the, this way. It looks like a barber pole. Duh, right? How cool is that?
Wow.
It's
That's
so
delicious
cool.
and nutritious. Yeah, we're about to get down with that one.
And Cigar Mike suggested we pair it with Uncle Nearest 1856, which we are doing.
Great idea,
And Mike and I have been working on our cocktails together lately, which is fun. So we made a little riff on the classic Vieux Carre, and we call it the Pura Soul-ZERAC. I came up with that name, right?
All by yourself.
Right?
You're good. That's pretty damn creative. Can I say damn? Oh, it's December. Who cares? We're almost done with this sucky year.
So, okay, so
Yeah.
shall we make the cocktail, and then Mike, you can talk a little bit about why you chose Pura Soul for tonight, and then we'll bring
Yes.
Robert in. Does that sound
Yes.
good?
Yes. Cocktail first. Yes.
Cool. Okay. So, if you guys want to
Cocktail
make
sounds
this
good.
at home with us, hopefully you've looked at the recipe and you have all your stuff close to you.
All of
Jay, are you going to make this while I'm talking about it? Because I already made mine.
Oh, you did? Oh,
Yep.
yes. Then I will. I got
Perfect.
the shebang bang right there in front of me. It's got all my accoutrement.
So this is a stirred cocktail, so you don't need your cocktail shaker. So you can use a mixing glass or a pint glass. And we're going to use 2 ounces of Uncle Nearest 1856.
Let's put you in there right now. Oh, no, I'm going to have to do my
If-
rinse, so hold on.
If Jay, yeah.
Let's get all my ice in here. Yeah. So go ahead, talk amongst yourselves while we're
Okay,
getting this
so-
together.
So our 1856 is 100 proof, as you know. And I made a special orange and herb syrup, which is really yummy. So it's just a little bit of orange extract with orange peels, and I added some thyme and just whatever herbs I had around. So I thought that would be a nice complement to the cigar as well. So Jade,
a little orange bitter is real good, and some rosemary and sage, because that's what
Very
I had
nice.
around.
I had some sage too. Yep, that's great.
Mm-hmm.
So let's do our 2 ounces of 1856.
Where are you? There we go. 2 ounces.
I could have made 50
Now,
cocktails by now. Jeez.
Double check with me, Sailor.
Yes.
On these beautiful jiggers from Uncle Nearest, is
Yes.
this an ounce and this is an ounce and a half?
Yes.
Is that true? Okay.
Yes.
I always thought it was a 3/4 of an ounce and an ounce and a half. So 2 ounces.
2 ounces.
1856. That would be 2. Booyah.
Then we're going to do a full ounce of our
Ounce.
orange and herb syrup.
Show no.
Now, for me, I don't have a big sweet tooth, so I make my syrups really thin, meaning I put more water than sugar, and so I get a nice balance. But if you have a sweet tooth, go ahead and do your 1-to-1 syrup.
That's right. Thank you for
All
showing
right.
me out right there.
Then we're going to do 3 dashes of Peychaud's bitters.
Yeah.
And
Peychaud's, yes.
Peychaud's is specific to this cocktail because of the flavor of the absinthe, and the Peychaud's go perfectly together.
I heard that. Big
Now,
shout out to my guys at My Bottle Shop for hooking me up. I went through there yesterday.
That was nice.
And grabbed me some Peychaud's.
So we're going to go ahead and stir our cocktail to chill it, and then we'll do our absinthe rinse. And Jay's going to show you how to do that.
Yeah.
Stir, stir, stir.
I'm not even looking. Oh my God.
When you're stirring,
Mike.
you're looking to chill the cocktail and make sure everything is mixed properly. So if Jay touches the bottom of that mixing glass, that hair
Totally
stuck to me, it's
smooth.
driving me crazy. Then he'll know when he's done stirring by the touch. And you're getting a
Almost
little
there.
bit of dilution in here, which is nice as well.
Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. Hallelujah and
Perfect. Now, before we strain our cocktail into our glass, we want to rinse the glass with absinthe. So we're not putting it in the cocktail. And you can either put a couple drops in your glass and roll it around, or you can put it in a little spray bottle.
or drink.
So
I'm gonna try a little bit of both,
Okay.
so I look cool. And then
So you look cool. Okay.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. In the face.
In the face. Good job.
There
So
we
don't do it like Jay did it, in the face.
I mean, unless you prefer to. I mean, it's Thursday night. You know, you're almost to the weekend, so sometimes it's
No absinthe. No absinthe in the eyes, please.
No. Can I take a shot of it?
So you can either
Thank you.
drink it or dump it out.
Mm.
Up to you. Like Jay drinks his. And then you're going to put your King Cube. I made mine up tonight because it's cold enough out here. So you can either make it up without a cube, or you can strain it over a King Cube.
Over a King Cube. Skadoosh.
And you're going to get really nice aroma with the absinthe and the herb syrup. But the absinthe won't overpower the cocktail this way. And absinthe can overpower a cocktail, so you really use it sparingly.
Absolutely. Don't go crazy when you're rinsing the glass out.
And then
There, baby.
for your garnish, you can either use a fresh orange peel, or since
Which
it's
I
winter, I like to dehydrate my oranges and put some spices on them. So I'm just going to drop mine in there. Jay's not going to have any garnish because he forgot.
I always do that, and I have oranges. I just that's the one.
Well,
little thing
we're going to
I
have to
forgot.
cheers without it then.
Besides my water cup, Mike, I want you to talk. I really want you to talk on here.
Mike, are you on mute again? Okay. So, here we go. This is
There
the
we
PURA
go.
Soul-ZERAC
That's
with
right.
1856. Enjoy, everybody. Cheers.
I love it, baby. Cheers, everybody.
Delicious.
Pinky out. Drink honorably, everyone. Always.
Okay.
Well, heck, that's how you started off for the last show of the year with Cigar Mike.
Yes.
You know,
Pinky's
that's
out.
a delicious cocktail.
Yes.
I'm glad with y'all.
It is very yummy. So, Mike, do you want to tell us a little bit about PURA Soul and how you met Robert and why you chose the cigar for tonight? I can't hear you at all, Mike. For some reason. I can't hear you at all.
You gotta get close, bro. Turn the mic all the way up, or turn your volume all the way up too, just in case.
Yeah.
Look at Victoria. Thank you, Victoria, for the shout out with my King Cube. All right, we'll get it started right back. Mike's gonna come back and tell us all about the the beautiful cigar we'll be popping and blowing on tonight from Pura Soul.
Yes.
In the meantime, it's been a delicious and awesome week. I don't know if anyone, pays attention to college basketball, but just in case, this past weekend, if you were watching ESPN, you may have seen Kentucky versus Georgia Tech, and on the floor was beautiful billboards of Uncle Nearest. So keep posted to ESPN. There are 4 more games going on this weekend on Saturday. It's the Holiday Hoops Giving. It's a new basketball tournament, which a friend of mine Well, he's a friend now. Chris Williams and his wife Tiffany Williams. They're putting on. So very happy to see that and positive. They're African American couple. So I definitely wanted to support them, and he was very hip to Uncle Nearest and wanted to partner with us on that. So that's been a great partnership thus far, and really proud of that. So if you're looking for some college basketball games coming on this weekend, they'll be on the different ESPN networks. And once I get the listings, I'll make sure I post them on my social media and all that good stuff. So keep your eyes peeled. Okay. All right.
Sounds good.
I feel pretty warm out here.
Well,
how's your fire doing?
My fire is fantastic. Which way? This way. Look at that. This way. I don't know.
See the birthday boy back there. There you go.
He's back there. He's gonna add more logs to it.
Nice, mate. Nice.
So while we're waiting for Mike to come back, why don't we just go ahead and have Robert join us, and he can talk a little bit about his story, and then when Mike joins us, we'll go ahead and light our cigars. How does that sound?
Yeah, that's good. Oh, we'll do a little bit more publicity and talk to the folks over here on the comments. Guess what we forgot to mention, Sailor?
We forgot to mention.
You know what lady said she likes us and we're one of her favorite things?
Who?
This young lady I know named Oprah, as in Winfrey.
What?
Yeah, magazine. So this is her last edition of the magazine in paper, I guess. Mm-hmm. Now she's going to be she'll be online with it. But in this last edition, my favorite things, Oprah chose Uncle Nearest whiskey.
Amazing. Boom. Right?
I'm just saying. Wow.
Amazing.
I was gonna call her up and say thank you, but I was like, nah, let me leave it alone.
Jesus.
I love you, Oprah.
Maybe we'll all get free cars now.
Holla at me, man. If you need to adopt anybody else, she has a lot of love for Morehouse. So I'm an alumnus. So give me some shouts, baby. I'm down for to get there.
All right, I think we got Mike
back.
That
was really cool. That's really
Mike,
cool.
you're back.
That was weird.
There we go. We can hear you perfectly now.
Loud
Yay.
and clear.
Oh.
That's
it
it.
was like I was stuck in the waiting room or something.
Yeah.
It's like detention in school.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was like, what? I can't hear nothing from Mike at all. I get an orange.
Yeah, it's like detention.
So, do you want to just tell us about why you chose Pura Soul for tonight, and then we'll bring Robert in.
Okay, because I've known Robert for a long time. He's probably one of the most amazing guys in the industry, and he has a fantastic story. And he's got good cigars too. So kind of made it easy. And I chose the Barber Pole just because of its strength and complexity, which is kind of reminiscent of the Uncle Nearest that we chose to go with it. And the drink that Sailor was so lovely to create is going to be something that's complex with strength, going with 100 proof versus going with a 93 proof. So I felt like it was a really good match to go with for tonight.
Awesome. Well,
Sailor, there's some guy randomly cleaning stuff in your background. He'll just come in and just pick something. Is that a West Coast thing?
So right. That's my husband who keeps adding logs to the fire so I stay warm.
What a good guy.
Since it's actually cold here, Jay.
Actually.
Not fake cold.
Not fake cold, heard.
Well, if Jay wasn't fake cold, then he wouldn't have a reason to wear that really nice jacket that I don't have one of.
Good point.
Ask me for a friend. Sorry.
Right off. I love you,
all
Mike.
Right.
Hey.
And I just feel like it'd be a dope thing to do. And like I said, Robert's one of the most interesting guys in this business, and he's always willing to help. I mean, he sat down, took time with me, and I mean, I'm a nobody, and we went and had lunch. We had like a 2-hour conversation just about what I wanted to do and what direction I wanted to go in, and how things that he could do to help me. So I felt really blessed to be able to have that conversation with him. And again, he's an amazing guy. So with an amazing cigar, Uncle Nearest is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Here we are.
True.
Everything's amazing.
There we go. Well, gosh, on that note, let's bring in the amazing Robert Wright.
The amazing Wright. That's right.
Hello.
Oh man.
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Doing
What's
well.
Wait
up,
a
Wright?
minute.
Okay.
Bruh, stop.
Hey.
I gotta get you right now. Behind you, you have a portrait, a picture. That's Gilbert Young. Is that right?
That guy up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Gilbert Young. Yeah.
He ain't heavy.
He's my brother.
He's my brother. Right.
Yes, sir. Yeah, he's from Cincinnati, Ohio. That's a friend of the family, man.
Oh, I didn't
That's
know.
classic right there, brother.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I
had to give you some love on that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What's up, Mike? What's up, Sailor?
Man, nothing much, brothers. Good to see you.
Okay.
Welcome.
Listen, thank you for having me. I'm honored.
Oh yeah.
I'm very honored.
I get it. Oh, I got a lighter.
We are excited to have you tonight, and I'm really excited to try this cigar that I love. The wrap, it's so cool. The wrapping, the Barber Pole, I think it's so cool. It smells amazing.
That takes it back for sure with the Barber Pole.
I cannot wait. So, Mike, are we allowed to go ahead and light our cigars now?
Well, not yet. Hold on a second.
Not yet? Okay.
Let me put my
Gotta put his hat on.
First of all, thank you for all the gifts you gave me. It was so generous. I put them up here on display for everyone else to see. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Bam. I don't know if you can see it.
There you go.
You know, got it on display. So now I feel like I'm part of the team because everyone got a little hat on. I'm
There you
inside.
go.
I'm inside. Y'all outside, right?
Right.
Anyhow,
Mike's on the side of outside. Looks like you got the brick wall behind you. Was that stone? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It's the rustic look, Jay. It's rustic.
That's right. Rustic.
You know.
Rustic. Staying warm out here, but we doing good, man. Coming to you live from ATL in 40-degree weather.
You ready to smoke, Jay?
Yeah, heck yeah. Oh, I gotta cut it, right?
I
My
hope
bad.
so.
Yeah.
For the novices now, again, that's what I'm here to portray is the novice. So you lay it flat on there, open up the cutter, and chop.
Wow.
Boom.
My man.
There you go.
I've been listening to Mike. I actually listened to Mike. Boom. And then what we do at the bottom is toast the foot? Is that what it is? Mike,
That's
did I say
it.
that right?
Toast the foot.
Ooh. I can hear somebody's flame burning. That's beautiful.
That's me.
Bye, y'all. Wait, Mike, should I have put this flame in my big old fire? Can I do that? That would probably mess it up, huh?
Yeah, you'll barbecue your cigar, Jay.
Man.
I don't think that's what. Yeah, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
See that little thing in your right hand, Jay? That's used to start fires, both small and big.
See.
That's fine.
Oh, that's a nice evening.
Don't overshoot the room, Jay.
So I feel like I'm tasting black
That's a nice
pepper
evening.
and maybe cedar in the beginning of this.
So, Robert, would you be so kind as to describe the cigar, but also what goes through your mind when you're creating that? Did you think of it beforehand and said, "This is what I want to do," or were you just going through a few different iterations of things and going, "You know what? If I take this and put it with this is what I'm going to come up with"?
It's a combination of a few of those things that you had just mentioned. I've been blessed to have been in the industry for probably about 30 plus years, and I've learned the difference between certain types of tobacco. I worked for one particular company, the original Camacho Cigar Company, that was known for that full body, full flavor, Corojo, first generation authentic cigar. It's very close to what a Cuban cigar is like. It has that full body feel in your palate, but it's also full flavor, but it's not overbearing. And from that one tobacco leaf or plant, I find a variety of different flavors from that one leaf. So I fell in love with it. And when I had the opportunity to start my own company, that was my first choice of the tobacco that I wanted to use. Plus, the owner of that company was the one that introduced me into the industry. He owns farms in Honduras. He owns factories. He has everything that I don't have in order to make this happen. So it was only a natural marriage for us to try to collaborate together with what he has on his farm. But I love the Corojo tobacco. So basically, this cigar here is a combination of the first generation authentic Corojo, and you see the two different wrappers on it. I like Maduro wrapper, San Andreas Maduro, and the Corojo wrapper. So when you combine both, you get nuances of both tobacco flavors. Maduro means ripe in Spanish, so it means fermented, cured. So it has a kind of a sweet quality to it. Corojo in its natural form has a little spice and pepper like Sailor identified. But to me, it also has a little a moist, creamy finish in my palate. It doesn't dry my palate out. So the combination of spice, a little cinnamon, a little sweet kind of edge to it because of the Maduro, and anything else that folks might want to find in it. Some people say it has like a dark chocolate, a little cocoa kind of flavor to it. I just find that if you can blend a cigar that has at least 3 different taste profile, the quality in it, it becomes more interesting than something that doesn't. You know, it's like a recipe, you know?
So Jay and I went with the Maduro because I thought Jay was going to make a straight cocktail. See, this is the bartending school that I went to. I graduated from this, right? No, but
straight to the face.
I didn't know Jay got all designer on me, and Jay made the cocktail. So I thought Jay and I were going to be having straight, and Sailor was going to create something beautiful that she already does. But that being said, a couple of things, because we do have a lot of people who are on here for entertainment and education purposes. So, and I've explained the differences or what makes up Maduro. Can you explain a little more about the Corojo and a little bit about its origins and why a person might use Corojo in their cigar, whether it's the main wrapper or it's a double capa like you produced?
Well, Corojo sometimes is that name is used to describe different types of tobacco, but the original authentic first generation Corojo was a popular tobacco leaf that was grown in Cuba, and it was regarded by Cubans as one of the premier tobacco leaves that they grew at that time, pre the embargo. And but it was very susceptible to infestation, and it was generally a very small plant. Most plants are 6-7 feet. They give you 6-7 primings. Primings are just different levels of leaves that grows on the tobacco leaf. This particular Corojo is generally 5 feet and only gives you 5 primings, 5 levels of leaves. So they stopped using the Corojo leaf in Cuba because of the delicacy and of it, and it being susceptible to like I said, infestation and climate changes. So they went to other leaves because it was more productive or lucrative to use tobacco that can produce more leaves. However, that tobacco leaf, to me, is the closest flavor to a real Cuban cigar, and so that's the true Corojo. Now, Corojo also means red. Rojo in Spanish is red. So you have manufacturers that use the name Corojo to describe the color shade of the cigar, not the origin of the original leaf. Okay.
Right.
And so people misunderstand this Corojo versus other Corojos. But this has that full flavor and medium body. It's not overwhelming. You know what I mean? Cuban cigars, a lot of people think they're all strong. They're not strong.
No.
They're just full flavor, and sometimes medium, sometimes mild. You know, but in any case, then when you put the Maduro on it, Maduro is just a natural leaf, right? But in order to get it dark, it has to go through a fermentation and curing process, where basically once they select the leaves that's going to be used for the wrappers, they what they call debind or devein the oval leaf into two parts, and then they lay them down into bales, 3, sometimes 4 feet by 4 feet wide, and they store them in a very hot, humid aging facility. When you go in there, it's so strong of a smell like ammonia, because what happens is there's a natural process that the tobacco goes through from green to brown to dark leaf. That's the releasing of the chlorophyll. And so that's the curing process or the fermentation of it. It's really fermentation. And what they do is, after a certain period of time, they split the bale, which is 3 feet, say by 4 feet, or sometimes a little, wide and higher, into halves. In the middle, that's where you get the Maduro from the heat. There's intense heat that happens inside. And then about 10% of that, all that tobacco that's stacked up or so, is used as Maduro. But then you have to go through a curing process, because then you have to let the ammonia kind of quality kind of leave naturally. So there's a lot of labor involved, and that's why Maduro leaves are generally more expensive, So once that happens, that gives you another nuance of flavor to the tobacco leaf. It's like cooking. If you're going to cook, or you're going to just use black pepper, and salt, or you're going to use a little garlic, something sweet, a little hot sauce on it, and a little lime or lemon, you know what I mean? And then the balance of the different ingredients is very important, so that's when you have to kind of be very patient with trying to figure out the percentage of all these different tobaccos that's used in making a cigar, so that you can identify these flavors. Because you can't go with a straight 20%. Say you use 5 or 4 different tobacco leaves. You can't use 25, 25, 25, and 25 to make 100%. Sometimes you use 15, you use 30, you use 20, you know what I mean? Because depending on the strength value of the tobacco, it can be overpowering if you use an equal amount. So you have to use less so that it doesn't overpower. It's like going a little heavy with the salt, when you cook it.
So Sailor, does that remind you anything of like maybe creating cocktails?
Yes. So it makes me think about blending whiskey, the whiskey blending process, what you're looking for from different barrels. And absolutely, with making cocktails, finding that balance and flavor, but making sure that you've got your core flavor doesn't get overpowered. And as you're talking about this, and I'm getting through this now, I started tasting chocolate, cocoa powder, and coffee, like creamy coffee. All of a sudden, I think I understand also. The one thing I'm finally getting to is a dry cigar versus, I don't know what you call a not dry cigar, but this definitely doesn't feel like a dry cigar to me at all, which I like. I think I prefer this more. I'm still getting that pepper and earthiness, but there's a lot of chocolate right now.
Well, so Dion Jones is smoking. So Rob, Dion is over at Smokers Abbey in Memphis. They're doing a little watch party for us there.
Okay.
They got a few folks out there. So Rob, say hello to Sean, Dion, the guys over at Smokers Alley, Prez, and maybe Amber and Felicia over there as well.
Hey, what's going on, fellas? How you doing, everybody?
And I gotta say, Robert, man, you just educated me. You were talking about how the tobacco leaf, how it grows, and then when you're talking about how the fermentation process, that's all information that I mean, we've been on these shows a few times, and just to drop the knowledge like that, man, I really appreciate that. That's what I haven't heard before. Like, Mike never told me that type of stuff. So, I appreciate you being here, Robert.
Listen, you still haven't learned to cut it without laying it on the table. It's been 9 months there.
I thought that's how you're supposed to do it, Mike, to make sure it's an even cut.
No,
bad. Oh, you gotta look cool. Okay.
Hey, I'm pretty sure.
You
I
realize
talked about fermentation.
that sometime around this first show, a child was conceived and is now the citizen And,
Oh my
and
God.
you,
Hello.
right. There's been a birth certificate issued, and you're still putting it on the table, Jay. I mean, I didn't want to mention that. I didn't want to mention that.
I'm here for you, Mike. I love you, man.
Hey, Rob, there's Eric from Black Star Line.
Hey, Eric. What's up, babe?
Eric. Man, the noob's everywhere up in here. What's up, Eric?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Beautiful. I love it. Mm-hmm.
I think Alicia is with us as well. I think Alicia came in the beginning as well.
The Real Housewife of Clarksville.
Uh-oh.
That's what she do.
Yeah,
so,
she's here.
It's like I said, and I don't know if Rob heard me say this before he got on, but Rob, I really appreciate you and the conversation that we had like early on. And I didn't have a lot of direction. Nobody ever tried to do what I was doing, and this man took time out of his schedule. He actually scheduled a lunch, and we sat down, and he just basically looked at me and said, "All right, kid, what do you want to do?" And I was like, "I don't really know, but I think this is it." And I mean, he and I have kept in touch for quite a few years, and he's always been one of the most gracious people that I've ever met. He always wants to know, "Hey, how you doing? What's going on with you? Is everything good? Is your family?" It goes beyond the cigar, and that's always what you look for in people. You have certain commonalities, but really, what type of person is Robert Wright? And to me, he's a tremendous individual, and I appreciate him greatly.
Man, Mike, listen, man, that means so much to me, man, more than money, man. Because see,
that's good because I ain't got no money.
Yeah,
I knew that was coming for some reason. I don't know why.
Listen, I appreciate you, Mike, and I appreciate your kind words. I feel people. So when I first met you, I felt something that was genuine, and we had a lot in common. I mean, I haven't shared my background with the public. You know what I'm saying? But, one of these days I will. And a lot of us are going to be able to identify with each other. I automatically identify with you without even knowing the details to your background. And I'm the kind of person that I don't look down or up to anybody. I deal with people the way they deal with other people and the way they deal with me. You know what I mean? So we brothers just from the first time we met, man. And I love you like a brother. And look, I get my rewards from the man upstairs. So the more I give, I'll get. I might not get it in money and different things, but you know what? I don't need or want anything, man. I'm pretty blessed as I am right now. I'm not chasing a pipe dream. I'm just doing the best that I can, man.
Amen.
That's good. So Taylor, where you at now? Where you at on the cigar? Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
Pura Soul Cigar brand, Chicago stores, and just exclusive to your location.
So you're right there. So, Sailor, do you have just the straight spirit, or you have the cocktail?
I do.
Okay.
Oh, you doing the straight neat?
Real quick sip of the cocktail.
Yep.
Go ahead, grown lady.
Okay. Pull the cigar in for 3 seconds. Count in your mind.
Oh shoot, I'm supposed to do that.
Oh wow.
Tell me the flavors you get now.
Maple and coffee, like iced cream coffee, and dark chocolate. There's a lot of chocolate in here for me, but there's all those baking spices too. I'm getting like nutmeg and then the pepper is still there a little bit, but it's a lot of chocolate and maple now with the whiskey.
Yeah, so and that's why I said the complexity is there, whether it's with the cocktail or with the straight spirit, and that's one of the things that I really enjoy and appreciate about that cigar in particular. And I enjoy his whole core line. I enjoy, but that cigar in particular, it has a lot of utility. It has a lot of versatility for me.
I'm getting the complexity. I can understand. I think I'm at the point now where I can understand a cigar that has few notes and one that has complex notes, just like with whiskey. I'm definitely learning. Like I'll go back to cigars and I'm like, this is kind of boring now to me because I think I'm past that. This has got the complexity because it's changing every time I puff on it, but it's still in that same flavor profile. So I think this is one I could identify if I smoke a couple more, I would probably be able to identify this blind because it's very, very, very complex. I felt that way with the Black Star line also, that I think I could identify that too.
So the reason I wanted you to go back and forth is, so here's the utility behind that. You're out, 4 of us are out, we're having some drinks, and go, oh, okay, you know, I'm start out with a Sazerac or, you know, an old fashioned Vieux Carre or something like that. And then after that drink, because roughly from the business side of it, roughly each cigar is going to represent 2 cocktails. So a person in conversation smoking the advertised cigar can consume 2 cocktails in that same amount of time. So that first drink being a cocktail and them being able to switch after that to that particular cigar, and you're still gaining something from it. Maybe I just want to do straight bourbon, you know, for the rest of the night. I opened it up with a cocktail, but now I'm just going to go with straight bourbon. So that's the utility of that cigar.
I have a request for folks that are watching. I'm blown away by the history of Uncle Nearest. So Sailor, Mike, for those, or Jay, for those that are listening and watching that don't know the background about this African American enslaved man that taught Jack Daniels, you know, how to do this, man. I mean, talk about him a little bit. You know, I'm blown away. I'm honored to be part of this thing, because when I started understanding who this guy is, and what he did, and how he's considered the only first master distiller. Come on, tell him a little bit about this.
You know, we run a fire, so you know we can tell some stories now. We can tell some stories.
Come on, Jay, preach it. Let him use you. Just be a
well, first of all, Uncle Nearest is the godfather of Tennessee whiskey. When you think Tennessee whiskey, the first thing you think of is that Lincoln County process, that charcoal mellowing. That actually came from Uncle Nearest. He developed it and perfected it on the farm, on Dan Call's farm. And that's why we put that sucker right on our bottle. That's Dan Call's farmhouse. By the way, we own the farmhouse, y'all. So we own the originating place of Tennessee whiskey.
Yes, we do.
So Nearest Green, that's actually a custom. That charcoal mellowing was called charcoal leaching back in the day. Doesn't sound too sexy, so we go with charcoal mellowing. But Nearest Green brought that custom from West Africa. They used the same custom of using burned wood or charcoal to take out impurities in water and food. Nearest Green started using that in whiskey distilling. So he actually came down from Maryland as a slave, came down to work for Dan Call in Tennessee, and it was in charge of his whiskey distilling. And it was Dan Call had a whiskey in particular, D.H. Call whiskey. So Nearest Green was a master distiller, a young little kid by the name of Jasper. Came down to the farm as a kid, probably like 8 or 9 years old, was a farmhand, fed his cows and chickens, and eventually after asking so many questions and seeing the mules go up and down the path and all that smoke coming from the hollow, he asked to see what was going on. So Dan Call sent the young kid Jasper down to the distillery to help out Nearest Green. Nearest Green took a liking to the kid, took him up under his wing, taught him everything he knew about whiskey distilling, and eventually as the kid grew up, he became a salesman for the whiskey. Actually, at the beginning of the Civil War, Jasper decided to take a horse and cart and go out and sell the whiskey throughout Tennessee, even down in Alabama. So the whiskey got to be very well known. But the small little piece about Dan Call we didn't mention was that he was a pastor. Hallelujah. It's all about the spirits. So he decided, after a few years of contemplation and prayer, he decided to sell the distillery to his number one salesman, Jasper, who got some money from his father when he passed away, got some inheritance money, and he partnered up with Dan Call and took over the distillery. At the same time, it's the end of the Civil War, slavery is abolished. Jasper decides to pay every man an honest wage for honest day's work. Of course, his mentor, his friend, the man who's looked up to him, damn near raised him, Nearest Green, he pays him very well. Very, very well. And so they continue going on doing great things. And eventually, Jasper decides that, you know what, I'm going to leave Dan Call's farm, move to another water source, build my own distillery. And when he did so in 1884, that's right. In 1884, he moved to his own distillery and changed the name from, it was Dan Call or D.H. Call whiskey. Then it was called Daniels whiskey. Then he changed it to his own. Jasper was better known to most folks as Jack. Jack Daniels. So Jack Daniels moved on down there in 1884. Nearest Green, older dude. He was like, man, I'm not using all this new technology with this new distillery you got. So he retired in 1884. Nearest Green retired. Last time he touched barrels, and that's why it's on our small batch, the 1884, is the significance of that year. So Nearest Green retired, but he sent his 3 sons, George, Eli, and Lewis, down there to continue working with Jack at the new distillery. And when you see pictures, you'll see old pictures at the distillery. You'll see Jack as a grown man with the mustache and everything, with the hat on. That's Jack standing up. Jack is a short dude too, like 5'2", 5'3"-ish. He's standing up, but sitting down next to him is Nearest Green's son, George. So that's right there. And you can see, and take this now, y'all. This is 1800s in a town called Lynchburg in Tennessee. And you got a black man sitting down right next to the proprietor of the distillery. That's pretty significant. So that shows the love that Jack had for George, and of course the love that he had for his daddy Nearest. So it's a beautiful story, a story of friendship, a story of hard work, a story of smart business, and a story of just creativity and making some things happen. And we're so proud and honored to be able to tell that story and sell this whiskey at the same time. I mean, they go hand in hand. And I love my job. I really do.
Listen,
really
man.
Do. And I like to be able to tell that story, bro.
You guys gotta listen. You gotta promise me. It only took you 5 minutes to tell that story. You gotta tell that. Version. Okay, well that's all we need. You gotta tell that story every time in the beginning of the podcast, man. It never gets old because it's not everyone that's listening might not know the story. That's powerful, man.
Thank you, sir.
The incredible thing too is that, just to add to what Jay said, is I always say we have a historic story and then we have got a modern story. And so our story is ever changing. Every day, every week, something changes. So we are the most awarded American whiskey or bourbon for 2 years straight now. We are the first.
Wait. Say that again.
We are the most awarded American whiskey or bourbon for 2 years straight.
That's right. That's right.
We are the first major spirits brand to be owned by an African American, to be run by a woman, to have an all-female leadership executive team.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, the really cool thing is that we have a descendant of Daniels and we have a descendant of Nearest working together, making our whiskey. So our director of whiskey production is the woman that sold the farm to Fawn. She had retired from Jack Daniels and was selling real estate.
Crazy.
Thank God for that, because now we have Sherry, and Sherry is a descendant of Jack Daniels through his nephew. And then Miss Victoria Edie Butler is the great-great-granddaughter of Uncle Nearest, and she is our master blender, first African-American female master blender in the country. And they work together now to make our whiskey. So our story has come full circle. So for me to be a woman and to see what Fawn has accomplished and to see an all-female executive team in American whiskey, in whiskey period, I've been in this business for over 20 years and I've never seen anything like it. And I know for Jay and the rest of my colleagues as people of color, same thing. So all of us have such an important connection to this brand because it is the first. It's changing the world and correcting history. So it's a beautiful thing to be a part of.
Record breaking and history making, baby. Every day.
Yes. And someone asked
one drink at a time.
Someone asked a question that I just want to answer without typing about bourbon versus Tennessee whiskey. So let me just explain that quickly. Yes. So bourbon, there's a thing called a TTB, and that decides what category a spirit is in and what has to happen to it to be called what. So for bourbon, for example, it has to be at least 51% corn, made in the United States, in the continental U.S. It cannot be adulterated with anything. You can only add water to it. It has to be aged in a new charred oak barrel. So as long as it does that, it's bourbon. It doesn't matter what state it's made in. So Uncle Nearest whiskey is bourbon first, but there's a plus to that. Tennessee whiskey is actually premium to bourbon. It is more expensive to make. It takes longer to make because we do bourbon, then an extra step of filtration. That's that Lincoln County process that Jay talked about that Nearest developed and honed. So we are actually one step further And that's why it says on our bottle, premium whiskey. That's why we're called Uncle Nearest Premium Whiskey. So to be a Tennessee whiskey, you must use that Lincoln County process. As long as you are bourbon, then the Lincoln County process, boom, you're Tennessee whiskey.
That's right. Can you see that? Uh-oh. Premium.
Jay, you're like Peaky Shepherd. Jay, you're like Peaky Shepherd.
I just don't look that good. Yeah, of course. I'll take that.
You like this, Jay?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's my sister down there. Say his name, tell the story. Yes. Ooh, I love that bottle. I love that bottle. Right on.
Hello to the G spot.
G, what up, brother?
G. Right on.
Yeah, G's down in Memphis, Tennessee. Actually, Robert, I think I sent G your information last night, so I can reach out to you. She got an excellent spot in Memphis.
Okay.
So, Robert, go ahead.
No. I'm just blown away by the history and the story and the fact that they finally, gave a brother, his props, in the corporate world. Because, we know stories of the original inventor of a particular thing and he never had the trademark to it. So, and kudos to the Daniels family, for being real good people, in order for this to come to fruition. So I love this story, man. I really do.
It's been embraced truly by everybody from the standpoint of if you go to Jack Daniel's Distillery, when you go inside their visitor center, they have a whole wall dedicated to Nearest Green. That's from all the research that Fawn Weaver did with her team over a year's worth of research. Where they dug real deep, and so now you go into Jack Daniel's, you go into the visitor center, you see the whole wall, and then also too when you're taking the tour, that Nearest Green is now established as the first master distiller for Jack Daniel's. So that's on the wall too. So it's been embraced by everybody. It's a beautiful story. It's great history. And since we're sitting here telling history and stories, I want to find out from you, Brother Robert, like what got you into doing what you're doing with Pure Soul? Like we're coming from that, from where you've come from. I know you said you have a story, you're going to tell, but maybe give us a sneak peek of, how'd you get to being where you are right now with these wonderful cigars, bro?
Well, I've worked in the premium cigar industry for, like I said, over 30 plus years. I worked for companies like Swisher in the beginning on the premium end. Swisher's known for, machine-made stuff, but I was introduced to that, and I met Nesta Plasencia, who was doing a lot of business with Swisher at that time. This is prior to the cigar boom. And then I left Swisher and I went to a company called Intercontinental Cigar Company. Worked with them for about 8.5 years. Swisher for 9, Intercontinental for 8.5. Then I left and went to Camacho Cigar Company. Mind you, I was working as a sales rep, sales manager, territory manager kind of stuff. Had the opportunity to go to different countries and see the fields, the farms, see how the process from crop to shop happens, see the factory and how they sort the tobacco, how it's aged, understand the difference in from one tobacco to another, from one region to another region, because of the soil and the climate. They have a distinct quality that's unique to that country. And I started to really understand how complex the industry really is in regards to manufacturing. So I became very interested in one day having the opportunity. Anyway, then I left Camacho because he sold the company, and I went to work with Davidoff. I worked with them for about 3 years during the integration period. Moving back, I was worked my way up to becoming vice president of sales for Camacho Cigar Company, and then sales manager for Davidoff. So at that point, I'm like, man, it'd be nice if I did this for myself. I helped various companies to become successful. And so Christian, after selling Camacho Cigar Company, came back into the industry with his new company, Asylum CLE Cigar Company. And we started talking, and he made me a proposition that if I was to leave Davidoff, come back to help
Take that step on faith, bro.
So I jumped out and started the process, and I've been with it ever since,
And Pura Soul's been around for how long, man?
Going on 7 years now.
Okay, all right, excellent.
Basically, from a regional perspective, I wanted to be totally in control of the company, so it made sense financially for me to just stay in the Northeast and maybe branch out to Atlanta from time to time, Memphis, Tennessee, different places. But there's enough business for me to kind of introduce the line and have it kind of grow organically, unless you top heavy with monies and you go, all out, then, you can do it like all the other companies are doing it. I'm completely 100% in control and ownership of my company. So I do things based on what I can afford and control. And I'm happy with it, I think people are enjoying the product, and it's growing organically, and I'm patient with it,
There you go.
That's fantastic.
Well, kudos to you, man.
Great.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So we got Brandy Weed on. What's up, Brandy? Her cigar closet out of Chicago.
Hey, Brandy.
And the brand ambassador
Brandy's my girl.
hosted a great party for us last month. I forgot the name of the. I think you guys were at Casa de Puros. So thank you for that.
Yeah.
Her cigar closet.
Robert,
Stir the fire, Jerry. Stir the fire.
can I put you on the spot and ask you first just to talk a little bit about you are a musician, and would you be able to play a little something for us?
Okay. Yeah. So two things. I'll
Get him, Sailor. Get him.
I figured you probably, anyway, I am a musician. Picked up the saxophone when I was 13 and never put it down. There were moments in my past that I had to kind of put it on the shelf, but I never walked away from it. Maybe 3 years or so. Like I said, I don't want to get too involved in my history, but it's something that I love, and no matter what I did, career-wise, as far as with the cigar industry, I never stopped playing, and so I kind of wanted to do both, and so the artistic love that I have for music is the same artistic love that I kind of transitioned into the cigars. So Pura Soul, to me, is very similar to an artistic skill, so to speak. It comes from passion. It comes from a place that's honest, and you're willing to sacrifice to do the best that you can at it, and the chips fall where they may. I'm not driven by a corporate mentality of having to strategically, do it for monetary reasons. Obviously, that's great, but it doesn't necessarily have to be that way. So the combination of music and that whole thing, this silhouette picture is of me with the saxophone. That's what the box looks like. And at times when I was doing events, now because of COVID, you can't do that many. If the space or the lounge can accommodate for it, I would add that element to it. And what better combination to enjoy, good cigar than with music, jazz or something of that nature, So,
Love it.
Yeah, that's what that's about. So, I have my saxophone over there, my soprano sax over here, my piano behind me, and my son brought me. This thing is called an aerophone. Aerophone is a MIDI type of instrument that plays a variety of different sounds, but it uses the same saxophone fingering. I don't know how well it's going to the audio is going to come across the computer, but I'll put something on and I'll just improv over it a little something with one of the sounds. They got a variety of different sounds. I mean, it can sound like a trumpet, flute, violin, even human voices. So let me put something on there. And my wife just walked away. I was going to ask her to put some on. All right, I guess I got to do it. All right, I'll be right back.
Jack.
Yeah. All right.
We'll talk amongst ourselves and figure this out.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good.
Hey, Mariette, where you go?
We got live music on the show.
I love it.
Come on, man.
This
This
staying
is dope.
warm out there. Has it got any colder? Because Brandy talking all that stuff and saying it's nice in sweater weather up there in Chicago. I don't mess with Chicago. Only time I go hang out in Chicago is like probably the end of May through like the mid-September. After that, I don't mess with Chicago.
Okay, here we go.
Not at all. Let's get ready for Brother Wright. Good music, good whiskey, good cigar.
Can you hear the background?
Yep.
Yes,
You hear the
sir.
background?
Yep.
Okay. Is it low? I don't know how it's going to come out.
And there's no
This is a trumpet sound I'm going to play with.
I'm going there, see my mother. I'm going there, I'm going to think of me. Over Jordan, I'll be home. I'm just a poor wayfaring stranger, traveling through this world. There's no sickness, no toil, no danger in that fair land to which I go. I'm going there to see my mother. I'm going there. I'm only going over Jordan. I'm only going there. I'm just a traveling through this world.
This is a harmonica.
I'm going there to see my mother. I'm going there tomorrow. I'm only going there. I'm only Going there to see my mother. Going home.
All right, you can stop it now.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Yes.
Impressive,
Thank you.
sir.
Fantastic.
Impressive. This
If
man
it wasn't
makes
so
cigars
cold, I'd give you a
and-
standing ovation.
it plays the saxophone. That's a bad man right there.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for that, Robert. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I appreciate it. Everybody loved it.
I don't know what it sounded like on your end, so I hope it came out good.
Sounded good to me. Sounded
Everybody
thank
enjoyed
you.
it very
Oh, yeah.
much. You're getting a lot of accolades here. Lots of clapping. So thank you. That was really
Finger
cool.
snapping, clapping. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that. That's real cool.
Once again, thank you for having me. I'm honored to be a part of this. This is not. I don't take it, lightly. I really do appreciate it. And anything I can do, well, what I promise that I will do is continue to put the word out through my social media and in my conversations when I'm out in the field, in cigar lounges. I would always ask that question: did they ever hear of Uncle Nearest premium whiskey? And if not, I got a little story for them. And hopefully it'll drive them to the liquor stores and, support this good brother. So I'm glad we met, I'm glad we came together.
Absolutely.
I am
Great
as
job,
well.
Mike.
And yes,
Great
Mike,
job.
we're so grateful that we have Mike that has been helping to keep us together and to stay connected to our fans and consumers during this, really difficult year. And it's been pretty amazing. And one thing that I do want to mention as well, another reason why it's so incredibly important to support a brand like Uncle Nearest is not only are we a company that makes whiskey, but we also have a nonprofit called the Nearest Green Foundation. And that actually existed before the brand existed. So Fawn wanted to help fix the generational wealth gap and wanted to make sure that she really solidified this legacy before she even had the idea to make a whiskey. And so we've put over 11 descendants through school, higher education. It's a full ride scholarship. We've been able to erect a memorial in the graveyard where Nearest is buried. So every bottle that we sell does good. We also created an incredible initiative this summer, shortly after the murder of George Floyd. Fawn got together with Jack Daniel, and we both committed $5 million each to create the Nearest and Jack Advancement Initiative, which will open up opportunities for people of color in the spirits industry. So we're talking training, leadership training, business incubation, things like that. So we actually have a woman called Tracy Franklin, who, if you are a Scotch drinker, you may know her. She is absolutely incredible. And she's the first person to go through this program and learn to be a master distiller, and she is a woman of color, so that will be another first. So just amazing things that we do with this liquid.
It's amazing. Good for you guys. Good for us. Good for us.
Yes. Yeah.
You know?
I mean, and I say it on every episode how very blessed and fortunate I feel, you know, to be a part of this. Like, you know, knowing Jay, not all that good sometimes. No, I'm just kidding. Jay's my boy, man. That's my guy. But I mean, just knowing Jay even prior to this pandemic situation and, you know, things coming to this, you know, our relationship, you know, being able to go on the Founders Tour, the whole 9 yards, and, you know, to now be a part of this is absolutely humbling to me. So I appreciate you guys. Robert, of course, you know, I appreciate you too, brother.
Man, you know, I love you, man. You know, you're a good brother, man. And I appreciate everything you do for me.
This has been one heck of a show, y'all. Like,
yes.
I needed
so
this.
Wait a minute. It said
it's been
our Pura
Go ahead, bro.
Cigars sold in Chicago.
Robert, not yet.
Not yet. Give us a week or so. Give us a week or so.
Yeah.
Go to your,
also,
go to your local retail.
My website. You can reach out to my website, and it has a little place in there where you can let me know, and I'll make sure that I'll respond, and we'll get it out to you. So
and what's the web address? Is it PURASOUL-ZERAC.com?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to post that for everyone. So please go to the website and support Robert and ask your favorite tobacconist or cigar lounge to bring in Pura Soul.
Yes. So, by the way, so Jay, you said, what are the months that you would go to Chicago?
In the summer.
The end of May. It's got to be the end of May up until like maybe mid-September. Then after that, I ain't mess with Chicago.
It sounds like me. So Jay, so check this out. What if I invite you to Chicago?
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Okay. So Robert, if I invite you to
if I
Chicago,
go with you, we should be all right.
What about me?
I was next. That's the way the windows are set up on here. I saved the best for last. Yeah, I saved the best for last. So I'm gonna invite you all to Chicago. So
yay, we're coming.
So here's the thing, and I'm gonna get in trouble for this one. So July 19th through the 24th, her cigar closet, Miss Brandy Wheat, and myself, the Cigar Mike Experience, will be doing the Chi-Town Cigar Experience. So we're gonna run through the city of Chicago for about 7 days straight. So
wow, cool.
Y'all jump in.
Yeah.
Come on, we'd love to have Pura Soul. Have Rob bring a couple of the saxes down there. You know, do some stuff. You know, we'll have Jay there cutting cigars.
Cutting up. That's what I'm doing.
Jay,
cutting up.
Jay's our official cigar cutter there. You know, you guys have a dope brand ambassador there that was at the last event with Brandy. They rocked that. They really rocked that.
That's Ian Hossack. He's amazing.
Ian and Chastity.
Yeah.
And we have Chastity as well. Yep. We've got 2 of them there in Chicago. Yeah.
Cool. And that event was Rob. I believe that event was at Casa de Puros.
Okay. Yeah.
Really, really nice spot there. So, you know, hopefully they'll reach out to you. Maybe, hopefully they're watching. They're watching now, and if you are, please reach out to Robert and get some more amazing sticks in there. Situation.
My glass is empty. My cocktail is gone. And my fingers are freezing. So I think we're going to go ahead and wrap it up. My cigars at the end as well. That was really delicious. I really, really enjoyed this. Like I would smoke this all the time. It's so flavorful.
This was smooth as hell. Like on the novice standpoint, I just give you the debate. I definitely tasted the chocolate, and this was a smooth pull from beginning to end. I mean, like smooth. Like, and that's what I enjoyed about. I mean, I'm trying to get better at like smoking the stronger, more bold cigars. But this one was like I'm not a big cigar smoker, but I mean I can sit back right here and just fire pit, some good whiskey. Oh yeah, I can smoke on these. Like I could probably smoke 2, and that's good for me.
So Rob, you and I, we're gonna work with Jay. We're gonna get him up to 2 cigars a month.
Yeah. He's a babe. He's a babe, but he'll get there. He'll get there. Right on.
And Robert, please say hello to your lovely wife.
Yes, please.
She's
so wonderful.
Yeah.
I love talking to her.
She's over there.
She's over there off camera.
Tell her stop hiding. I haven't seen her. It's been 2 years now.
Right.
She waving. She waving from a distance.
She's waving. Okay.
Yeah. She just came in from work, you know, and she's not done up. You know what I mean? This is the after work look. I don't think. Hi guys. She said, "Hey, Mike."
Hey, love. How are you?
Right on.
Yeah. But definitely, Mike. You know, hey, man. Definitely, man. That Chicago thing, we'll definitely do something. Okay.
Definitely. I appreciate you, Robert.
I got you. Sailor, thank you, my dear.
Thank you so much.
Looking forward to meeting you guys.
Brother Robert, absolutely, man.
Okay.
I look forward to it myself.
Real soon.
And again, love that portrait in the back, man.
Yeah, man.
Everyone that tuned in tonight, thank you so much, and thank you for your support. Please go visit Robert's website, PURASOULCigars.com, and find out where you can get his cigars where you live. And please also buy a bottle of Uncle Nearest 1856 to go along with it. And next week, we will be back again. Same time, same place, and we're going to have Miss Victoria Edie Butler, the great-great-granddaughter of Uncle Nearest, will be making cocktails with us, and we're going to have some more live music with Greg Banks, who will be bringing back. So don't miss that show next Thursday. And if we don't see you then, since we're getting close to the holidays, I guess we can say happy holidays and happy Hanukkah tonight as well.
Happy holidays.
Happy holidays to all.
Okay.
Yes, indeed. Feliz Navidad, Happy Kwanzaa, you know, everything.
All that
get it
stuff.
on. I can't wait to bring in the new year because I about had enough of 2020.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like my beautiful, funny lady Della Reese said in one of my favorite movies ever, Harlem Nights. I would like to tell 2020 to kiss my entire, you know what?
Buttocks. The buttocks.
That
All
part.
of the buttocks.
All of it.
Thanks again, everybody. We appreciate it. Mike, thank you as always. Mwah. Much love. And drink honorably. And we're out. So good night, everybody.
Good night.
Y'all.
Happy
Stay
holidays,
safe.
everybody.
Wear your freaking mask.
Wear a mask. Wear a
Yeah.
mask.
Right on.